here we have it. This is the mission at hand. This is the brand spanking new 2019 RZR 900S. Brand spanking new right off the floor. Had it about 2 weeks now. The issue I have is my door only opens so high, and the top of the cage, this part right up here, just barely rubs the seal here in the bottom. But which tells me is I'm not going to be able to put a roof up on top there and this and that. You know, bigger tires are definitely out of the question, anything like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to chop 4 inches out of the cage. We're going to do a cage chop here. Haha, that's right. Cage chop time. Some real customization here at 3-Toe Customs. We already have our inserts made up thanks to Big Joe's Machine Shop out on Shediac Road. Cool, so you just set that and it'll just run itself down slowly like that. Nice. I suppose, if you try to rush it too fast, if you're doing it manually or whatever,
I'm trying to do it manually, you get little steps and whatever.
Yeah. Nice even. Huh. That's pretty cool. That's pretty sure. There, gave the RZR the boot outside so we have some room to work in here. So what we did was, it's probably one of the smartest things I think I ever done, is I went and I purchased myself a spare rear piece of the roll cage, the part that we're going to actually chop. And I went and bought a used one for the purpose of chopping it, because you know what? I've never chopped a roll cage before. And it's like I said, that's a brand spanking new machine, 2019. I'm not real crazy about chopping up the cage. So the part that we're going to chop, we're going to do it on this piece. That way there we can save the brand new piece for whatever, in case we screw it up or whatever, right? So here we'll go. Just we're going to get set up here. And we're going to get right to it. We're not going to mess around. Stay tuned. There, so now what we're going to do is take our little piece of 4-inch pipe here. Perfectly 4 inches. And we're just going to come here. We're going to figure out on this cage exactly where we want to take our 4 inches out of, because my dilemma is seat belts. I can't afford harnesses yet, so I would like to retain the factory seat belt mount. Now, either I come out from on top of it, or I come out from underneath of it. And we leave, either way, see if we got the room. See, we do have the room. See, we do have the room to come out on top and leave the factory seatbelt mount exactly where it is. Or, because I'm a shorter guy, I can probably get away with cutting it right underneath. And yeah, I could probably get away with cutting it right underneath, and it still probably wouldn't be too bad, because then it would lower the seatbelt down, you know, for my neck better. But then I think it might rub on the seat a little bit more. So it's, we'll see here. We'll see. But I definitely got enough room to come out the top. I think I would rather come down the bottom. Alright, so the section here, remember everybody, this isn't a how-to video, this is a how I do video. So basically all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to leave myself, I'm going to use that side piece right there as a reference. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave myself 1 inch. That's exactly what I'm doing. Just so you guys can see what I'm doing here. You guys better shot here. Alright, so hopefully without being in the way here is what I am going to do. I am measuring from this point here, this little straight line here from the seatbelt holder, which gives me a nice straight spot to measure from. It's right there, 1 inch exactly from that line, and then snap, bam, snap, crack, pop. That's where she's going right there. I'm just going to use this. It's the best thing I can find at the moment. It'll work. Alright, a fucking shin. That felt great. Man. Yeah. I know it's unconventional, I guess, but she moved. Or, she's done anyways. She's marked. A little unconventional, I'm sure, but she's marked. Alright, so, I mean, I'm by no means a cage chopping expert. This is just what I'm going to do. See, I bought this nice chop saw here because, well, I needed a chop saw in my life. I do a few things here and there with my welder, and it's always been one of those things where it's like I want to do other things, but I've been hesitant to do them like this stuff here because it's hard to get a nice straight cut with, you know, I could have chopped this with a grinder. I could have probably done pretty decent with my angle grinder, with my cutting blade. I mean, I'm not too bad with that. I find it's hard to get a nice straight cut, and you know, even with a chop or a sawzall or whatever, you know, it's the blade kind of wants to wander off, and it always gets like a little bit of an angle cut. I thought, you know what, get nice straight beautiful cuts, and I can turn this on angles. I can cut lots of stuff with this angle iron, you know, just all kinds of stuff. So that's what I'm going to use to chop my cage. By all means, whatever you choose to use, that's up to you. You know, like I said, sawzall, angle grinder, anything, whatever, you know, bandsaw, don't matter to me. Whatever you decide. Whatever works for you. You know, sometimes you got to be able to figure some shit out for yourself, you know. What works for you. Always. Separate these two pieces right away. Alright, so now it's time for a moment of truth. Chance, cut this piece. I'm going to do a couple quick measurements just to see what everything looks like, and we're going to take it from there and start putting these two pieces back together the best we can. See what we can do. Alright, so as you guys seen earlier, we've got these sweet, nice little inserts made from Big Joe's machine shop. Earlier, he machined these down for me. He didn't have the proper size outside diameter tubing, but I mean, fuck, look how thick this shit is. Just for comparison, it's like they were telling me, like, this is what a roll cage basically in a car would be made with, and this is what they make the razors with. Yeah, so anyways, our inserts are actually way more heavy duty than the actual roll cage tubing, but that's alright. That's alright. Sure. The outside edges there, grind her a little bit, make sure she slides in the next one, but we'll be good. Alright, so this is what I came up with. I basically just drilled a hole through one stud down here, attached one ratchet strap here, and attached that ratchet strap there, and basically attempt to separate these two pipes so I can force this piece down into there and get ready for welding. And again, I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing here. This is all trial and error. I'm basically just kind of winging this on my own way here, so we'll see how this goes. She's getting pretty tight. Trust this 2x4 much. And we still have a little. Alright, so far this is not working. This is not working. I'm close, but it's not working. I think maybe if I used 4 ratchet straps and I also pulled out the sides on these guys, I wonder what that would do. Here, let's try that. Can't hurt. Alright, we're going to try this. We're going to try to wrap another ratchet strap around. Okay, that's my plan of action here. Take the ratchet strap, I'm going to wrap it around here. So we're gonna try to hammer down. Alright, it took some fighting, but we got her. Basically took some straps wrapped around this way. Strap her down hard there. Strap there to bam bam. And once I lost my piece of wood, I got brave here. I decided to give a few taps here. She went down pretty good. I don't think we're going to get her down any more than that. If we wanted to, we'd have to grind out a little section here, but that's alright. Alright, there you go. You see my cuts are all bam bam. Both sides. I think she looks pretty even. We're gonna give her a quick testy test here. Gonna see how well that works out here. Our level. Okay, so welcome to tomorrow here. We're now tomorrow. We're on to the next prep part of our getting our cage ready to chop here. So what we're doing here is I'm just gonna go around and I'm gonna finish up grinding these little edges. See, I had more of a gap back here on the back side. I don't know if you guys can see that well, but anyways, I left 1/8 of an inch gap here, but you know, it's hard to get at the angles of the pipe and stuff. I had a little bit of an angle, so obviously got a little bit closer on. So I'm just gonna grind out my 1/8 all the way around here, so I leave a nice 1/8 gap so that I can fuse the two parts of the cage and catch the inside here. Some people say I should go 1/4 of an inch, but I don't know. I think 1/8 of an inch is plenty. And we'll do the same here. The back side's a little tighter. So we'll get that done here. We'll get that finished, all grinded up here, and we'll get that prepped a little better and get that ready for welding. Nice. Alright, so here we go. We got both of our sides cleaned here. Let's try to get a nice clean shot here so you guys can see exactly. Hopefully, maybe we're not that lucky. There we go. So you can see, went around, I left a nice, probably I'd say a little more than a 1/8 inch gap there. Between 1/8 and 3/16 anyways. Pretty sure that's what they call for. And you see how you leave like a nice little groove in there. Kind of like get in there but not too deep. You know, angle your grinds down. I mean, I'm by no means any professional. I'm just going by, you know, I'm just going by what I have learned in theory. Now we're just going and applying it in practice here. Yeah, got that part done. So get checking along here. We're gonna clean up around our edges, and we're gonna start welding. Awesome. All right, so I just swapped my grinding wheel for my wire brush wheel here on my end. Just gonna go right to town. Clean up these edges here. Got her all cleaned up. She's all ready for welding. Nice. Alright. As you can see here, I test welded my two pieces together here. And now, I don't know, I'm going to try to test to see how strong it is. Somehow. See what we come up with here. Not the best welds in the world here, but I was just trying to get my welder dialed in here, you know what I mean? It's a brand new welder. I only used it once before and it was on shitty metal. And alright, so hopefully you guys can see this. This is where I first started on the first side before I had my welder really set here. And I mean, the weld still held, but it was a little too hot. It was set a little too hot. I burnt it through here a little bit. But that just tells me that my welder's plenty strong enough to make these welds that I need them to make. And, you know, once I got her dialed in here on the other side, as you can see, we got some pretty nice bead going on here. That's... as you seen, I beat the shit out of this in the hammer with a 3-pound sledge and the vise. I mean, I'm sure I could do some harder tests, but I mean, once you've mangled the friggin' piece and the welds didn't break, well, I mean, what the hell, right? She's probably not going to let go at the welds. She's probably going to break somewhere else before she ever lets go at those welds anyways. So I think we're good to start welding on our actual cage. Wish me luck. That's her. Reach out and grab it, but might burn yourself. She hot. Yeah, she's a little bit hot. Alright, here you go. These are some of the welds here. I mean, some of these I'm definitely not going to write home to mom about. But she's welded all the way around. No problem at all. Nice looking welds. Some of them maybe there once we cleaned up the mess on it there. I'm sure we got a few nice welds in there. Some of these like here, I was running a little bit hot at first and I made a couple of holes, so I had to readjust my heat. Whatever, shit happens. That's why you made a couple, but we didn't make holes because the tubing inside of there, remember I showed you guys earlier, she's fucking thick. You ain't welding through that. But anyways, see normally I put my piece when I weld. I weld with two pieces tightly together, and this is my first time welding with a gap, trying to fill in the gap, and that was a little bit more challenging than what I normally am used to doing just flat stuff. But no, I think she'll come out all right once you clean her up. And all right, so I think we're gonna try to do a test fit maybe tonight here just to see. But So just for comparison, before we even take this off, just going to do a quick measurement here. Just a second. Maybe we'll edit this out after. So, you guys are taller than me. Say that'd be roughly 72.5-ish. Anyways, give us a pretty good idea. 72.5-ish tall, maybe 73, maybe tops. Hard for me to see. I'm a little short. I can only see up to here. Anything over that, that's tall man territory. Alright, so we'll go ahead and continue to get the rest of this here taken off, and then we will test fit our other piece on, see how that all looks and fits, and see where that gets us. Alright, moment of truth. I hope I have enough room to lift this cage out of there. Sounds like she's coming down by climber up here. So I'm too fucking short. I just stole a trick from your Polaris. You guys first. Ladies first. Alright, maybe I should... You probably think I'm fucking retarded. Probably hear me talking to myself in my shed all the time. Oh well. So there you have her. That's her. So that looks like quite the difference. Quite the difference. She's at least 4 inches shorter. At least. Well, ain't that nice? I think that's gonna work out really good. Oh yeah. The true test will be when we get her mounted up and we see. But I just wanted to show you guys here too. Like, see, it was already starting to wear into my roll cage, but rubbing on top of the door and shit a few times. So it was just gonna cause me problems and ruin my did a backflip there. You guys are pretty talented. Yeah, it just ended up ruining my seal and my door. Expensive stuff. I don't want to have to pay to replace that again. So, you know, that cage there, piece there, still stock, still plenty good. Gonna hang on to her. We ain't getting rid of her. We're gonna hang on to that. We're gonna hang her up there in the rafters, and I think that's what we're gonna do. All right, now let's give this a test fit. Yeah. What the fuck? Always dogs out. Always dogs barking. That sounds like somebody whistling. Maybe now we got her. in. Now, I mean, we didn't break any height records, but see, that's what I don't like. Everybody says, oh, no, you just loosen your bolts here and it'll drop like 5 inches. Yeah, fucking right. I've seen those videos too, and not seen it here in real life, in my life. As I keep loosening the bolts here, it'll all come into play. I can get, I just gotta loosen a little more. We'll see. It's close though. Just can't help it, huh? Loosen them enough, and hopefully when we tighten everything up, all the little clips line up. All right, so here we are at the front part. I was able to manage. I know I should have probably filmed this, but I didn't. But I should have. I just didn't know how long this was going to take to get together. Last night I had a really hard time getting this side here to line up properly, and what I found was, you can't really tell now, but because you're removing a section out of here and you're lowering this, and you see this plate here was welded in at a certain angle, and this one here at a certain angle. So when they were mating up, you know, it was all right, but now it's like we've had to pull this side in and really kind of force it together a lot more, which I don't really like, but it did go together. It just made it hard to get one side of the bolts on, and over here on the other side, well, that once I had that side on, we just pulled this side with the ratchet strap a little bit, and these two went in. And what I did was I just basically used ratchet straps to pull, and I used these bars down here with the loops to either pull sideways or down and sideways on one end or another. So I had like 3 or 4 straps total, but really only needed 2. I should have filmed that, but I didn't. Oh well. But anyways, this is the part that was worrying me. See, like, these don't line up. So what I figured out was, after trial and error, is... So anyways, before we were so rudely interrupted with a phone call, as I was saying, these pieces here don't line up well. So what I noticed was, through trial and error, is, like I said, bolt these guys up first. These guys might be a little bit of a bitch, but whatever. One side I had to, like, force them in more. The other side, they went in gravy. I mean, and I tried. Trust me. So, and then what I noticed was, just slap the impact on this guy. It pulls itself into place. So that's just perfect there. So you're not really, you know, maybe just a tiny little fucking cunt here, but I mean, nothing to write home to mom about. So I think getting the front part on, this was the part that worried me. This is all gonna line back up properly, but we'll see. What are you doing? try seeing it. Here, sit in it. Seven and a half inches almost. Yeah, 7.5 inches on top of your head. Fuck, helmet ain't gonna hurt that. Shit. Helmet ain't gonna fucking even come close to that. It'll be, you know, a few inches below it. There we go. Yeah. The front part. Lower the front part. Alright, there you have it. That's the final look. I find this is so much more sleek. It's so hard to tell. It'd be nice if we had a stock machine sitting right beside it so we could compare the cages side by side so you could actually see the main difference. But you can tell the front window drops down, which is so much sleeker, the front window area. So I'm sure once I get a full windshield on that, it won't be as straight up, so it won't be as wind resistant. I bet you that's going to be one benefit. Still got a little bit of a slant, you know, you still got a little bit of the Polaris slant going, so it's, you know, it's hard to tell. People are going to be like, fuck, is that stock? No, it's not stock. Oh, it's stock. Ah, not stock. Alright, so we're at a good process here. Right now, all we're going to do is we're going to start cleaning up the welds on our cage here because we got to start getting it ready for paint. So I think it's probably safe enough to clean those up. We're not going to be doing too much damage. I think I'll cover up the plastics and stuff, and we'll give her a nice cleaning. See how smooth we can get our nice little running booger welds. I love these little flat disc. Man, they're awesome. They're great for grinding down some stuff like that. I mean, they work awesome. And I find it's a lot less chance of if you're probably going down and you're grinding down a few little welds and shit. This is gonna last just fine, and a lot less chance of you grinding down too deep. Too deep. That's not what she said. Anyhow, that might help. Might help if you hit record once in a while. Just get her done. Just have some fun. Let's go back to the way. All right, a little update on where we're at here. So far we got our cage all chopped, and all I did for now is, please don't mock my paint job. I know this looks like shit, but this is just bed liner. Nothing special going on there. That's just bed liner that I sprayed on there just for now because like I said before, this cage is coming off and we are going to paint it. So I'm just biting my time here and doing my research real well to know exactly what I'm going to paint it with. But I mean, for now, she's black. You can't really tell. I got a little spot there I got to touch up, but she'll get me through a couple of rides anyways until I'm ready to paint it. So we got a dyno day here coming up tomorrow where we're going to run this thing on a dyno setup. So anyhow, that's the update, and that's where we're at here. I think this will be just about it until we get the cage painted. Alright, so now we just have these guys left, and we're just gonna... Hey, I don't think that's bad at all because they're really just separated a bit. I'm sure once we get this guy on here... Oh yeah, that pulls in like it. part pulls in like nothing. So yeah, that's really the trick is do these two guys up first, then do your front part, bolts, then come and do your rears. See, when I first started to try to do it, I had the rears tightened up first. So, and it didn't work out so well. This way here. Bam, bam. I'm going to put the wrench to those in a second here, but that's it. That's all. We're done for now. We can take her for a spin. Oh, we still got to put our seatbelts back up, but that's fucko. Our little sidebars. Put our doors back on. Man, maybe we're not done. All right. That's that for that. Nice.